Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the head elders and apostles of Great Millstone who will want to teach well. Also want to give a shout out there to the hopeful elect, to Yahawah, and Yahawah who are sincerely in this truth, as well as believers of this word, but not just believers, doers as well. And again, to you, I'd like to say Shalom. All right, this is just going to be another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. And like always, of course, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. But the title of this one, as you can see, I shall not meet thee as a man. All right, I shall not meet thee as a man. And just check out this video right here. I'm going to play it 3 times, and we're going to get into it. Yeah, man. As you just seen, you know, you got this Jake here, man. You know, a nigga kind of look effeminate and shit. You know, got that pretty boy demon on him. Well, that Absalom, we call it the Absalom demon. Only thing is, he ain't got the long hair. Alright, but yeah, though, man. Yeah, this nigga here, man. You know, they had just got basically a command to basically cut their beards off in the military. All right. Matter of fact, who's this guy? Yep. Matter of fact, this is Slovakia. This is www.stripes.com. It says no more beardos. Hegseth gives military branches 60 days to end shaving waivers for almost all U.S. troops. Which, you know, we heard about this. About a week or 2 ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, September 30th. So, you know, and I just came across that video, man. Where a brother had sent it to me, actually. You know, and I just hit the spirit to go ahead and do this lesson. You know, but you know, it just shows you, man. America's military, man, will forever be fucking weak. All right, and you know, I'm not a brother that never been in the military. Once in the world. You know how Jake is. You know, when you ain't got shit else to do, you know, you either go to the military, you know, or you fucking, you know, do wickedness. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know, I was once Jake. I was gonna, you know, try to take part in the military. You know, but I wasn't able. I wasn't successful. You know, cause brother, you know, some medical. You know, it was something asthma basically. My brother had asthma. So, I'm unable to get in. But, Yahawashi, I never did take part, which that's just all of the Lord. Like I said, man, I'm glad, you know, I never did take part in the military, in the U.S. military, because, you know, this is not our country, for once. All right, for one, this is not our country, man. And then, you know, the other nations, you know, throughout history, even, I believe that's Vietnam, you know, they was even telling them, like, you know, black men, this is not your fight. This is not your fight. You know, go back home. You know, which, you know, it just shows you, man, once again, this is not our country. These fucking people hate us, all right? And we'll forever be, we'll be their servants until Yahawashi returns back, okay? Which, again, brings it to the title of this lesson. I should not meet thee as a man, okay? Which, you know, going back to my point, like I mentioned, you Americans are not really built, nowhere near able to be able to battle the Lord of hosts, man. All right, you're not, man. You're nowhere near prepared. You really don't have no clue. Okay, it's not even in your mind, your little mind, your all right, your mortal mind, to even be able to understand what's about to come, all right, and who you people are about to get ready to face, okay, in the midst of World War III, all right? But this just shows you a perfect example, man, right here. You know, the beard, you know, which, you know, a warrior, as a warrior, your beauty is the last thing, the least that you're worried about, man. The least thing that you're considered about. Okay, how you look and, your line up and your edge up. But ultimately, man, this is just the ways of the Egyptians. Okay, the bald head and the bald face and shit, man. All right, which again, it shows you that a man has been conquered. Okay, when a man's beard is shaved off, it shows you the way of a man. It's an example, okay, and a sign that man has been conquered, man. All right, and I'm gonna get an example of that. Matter of fact, in the scriptures, I'm gonna get an example of that. I think how you spell his name, Hanan. Let me see if I can spell it right. Hanan. Let me see if I can spell it right. Let me see. Yep, here it is. Yep, this is 2 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the man were greatly ashamed. Hold on, read this again. Because the man were greatly ashamed, and the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. See, that's a fucking shame, man. To have a naked face, man. That's a shame. All right? That's a shame, man. Your face itchy and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, Salakia, but it feels a little personal, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to be honest with you. A while back, I had a dream liking to that a fucking Edomite, me and the beloved elder, out here, head Birmingham elder, we was like in a concentration camp. And, fucking Edomite, it was a small hat, man. He was small, because he had the big nose and he looked like a fucking rat. He looked just like a rat, man. And, man, we was in a concentration camp. I'll never forget, this dream. It happened like 2 or 3 years back. And, I remember the elder, he was cussing him out. Yeah, you mother, you know what I mean? He's cussing him out and shit, and, they was trying to think of a way of torturing us. All right? They was trying to think of a way of torturing us. And I remember, I'll never forget that fucking man, that fucking weirdo said, he said, you know what? I know one way to get him. That's what he said out of his mouth. He said, I know one way to get him. This nigga had a Dollar Tree razor. All right? A Dollar Tree razor. And he put his hands all over my face. I'll never forget, because they was trying to hold my face still. Because I was in chains. And I remember we was on our knees, in chains and shit. And he put his fucking head over my face. And he was like, yeah, I know how to get him. And this nigga took a Dollar Tree razor, man, and shaved off half of my beard. Bro, man, and it's so heavy because, I had got so, spiritual power had clicked in. I had got so fucking mad, man, I got so angry. And I just said, and broke the chains, And then I got my hands on that guy, and I ain't gonna say the rest because I don't want him to, take the video down. But let's just, I got my hands on that guy and I done some damage, man. Some real deal damage, man. All right. And like I said though, man, it was a shame though. Like just feeling that shit, man. In the dream, it was a fucking shame, bro. Like you cut off half of my beard. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, man. That's why I said when I read that scripture, it really, man, that shit feel personal. I can like feel it in my spirit, you know what I mean? It feels so personal, man. But going back, man, shaving off your beard is a way of a man being conquered. And here it is, this fucking weirdo talking about no beardos in the military, man. It shows you guys military is fucking weak, man. That's just a small sign. All right, that's just a sample, an example. All right, showing you why this military is weak, and they're not gonna be ready for Yahawah Yahawashi when Yahawah Yahawashi step upon the scene. All right, and this is what I have. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 30. It says, "Her mightiest warriors no longer fight; they stay in their barracks. Their courage gone." Salakia, NLT. Their courage gone. They have become like women. The invaders have burned the houses and broken down the city gates. And this is talking about Babylon. When you go to the KJV, it says, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight." All right, and a lot of guys are backing out in the military because of these decrees that are coming down. Okay, it says the news is passed from one runner to the next, as the messengers hurry to tell the king that his city has been captured. All the escape routes are blocked. The marshes have been set aflame, and the army is in a panic. This is what the Lord of heaven's armies, the power of Israel, says. Babylon is like wheat on the threshing floor, about to be trampled. In just a little while, her harvest will begin. King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon has eaten and crushes and drained us of strength. He has swallowed us like a great monster, filled his belly with our riches. Yeah, and that's all this devil doing. He's really getting rich off you niggas, man. Okay, he's just getting rich off you niggas, man. All right, when he sing you out and shit like that. Okay, he really don't give a damn about you niggas, man. All right, and you can see it. You know, even the scripture said that's one thing I hate: a man of war that is poor, roughly paraphrasing. And he don't care about his mighty man of war, man. The men who have put their lives on this, put their lives on the line for this country. You know, Edom really don't give a damn about you, man. All right, he does not honor you, which shows you he's the wicked, man. All right, but yeah, that's the main point for us, that scripture right there. You know, her mightiest warriors, I'm going to read it again. It says, "Her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay in their barracks, their courage gone. They have become like women." Yeah, you men have become like women. You're shaving off your fucking beards, man. All right, you look like a female, a lioness. You look like a damn lioness, man. Yeah, all right, you shaving off your beard, your naked faces. All right, but again, the scripture said what? "I should not meet thee as a man," meaning the Lord is coming with angelic power. You people are not going to be built, nor you're not going to be mentally stable to bear the wrath that the Yahawashi is coming with, man. All right, let me find that real quick. It's in this chapter. I may be going too fast. Let me see. Okay, so like it's Isaiah 47 and verse 3. It says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." So Lord said he's not going to meet you as a man. He's not going to meet you as the common man, the fleshly man. He's coming with angelic power. All right? Now, the battle of Armageddon. All right? World War III. It's going to be in the midst of World War III. And again, you niggas are through, man. All right? And, you know. So, yeah, man, I ain't going to tarry on too long with this lesson. You know, of course, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. You know, I'm going to end it off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the head elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Also want to give a shout out there to the Old Elect, to Yahawah, if you walk who us the shilling is true, as well as believers of this word, but not just believers, but those as well. Until the next time, I'd like to say,